Make your point then.
I already did.
Virginia
Say it again.
I'll make
Say
hot
what
dogs.
again?
Hot dogs or sandwiches.
But I don't believe
Hot
in
dogs
the
and sandwiches.
NWO, but I believe
We'll
in
talk about your sandwiches.
the fact that we can have global healing, that we can have global peace, that we can have a few global rules that nobody commit treason on the planet. I don't think that's an impossible belief.
I don't think we can.
Well,
That's a
Problem. That's your problem.
Everybody else in the world is into the LGBTQRST.
Everybody? Is that right? Everybody else in the world, the whole 2% of them. There's only 2% of them.
So therefore, we should just bow down to what they don't want us to do.
No, not everybody in the world bowing down to this shit, though.
Exactly. I don't know where you come from. Everybody's been
The
fighting
rest of the world is saying, fuck that.
Right.
Yes.
What do you
They are, Joe.
Look at me. I'm still a little, what am I, a cat? Oh man, I'm having deja vu yet again.
Hey man,
That's the
it's the
definition
media,
of deja
the
vu.
leaders of the countries,
Been crazy.
and the LGBTQ4LMNOPQRST plus community that's throwing this shit in everybody's face, and the world is rejecting it. I want you to know that, Jared. The world is rejecting
World
it.
is absolutely rejecting it.
We are not the only ones.
If there's 8.5 billion people in this world, then at least 7 billion to 7.5 are just regular fucking people.
Yeah, everybody knows there's gay people. Fine, who gives a shit?
Nobody cares. We just don't want to
throw it in our face.
We all know that. Yeah, we all know that. The only thing is that it's not getting our side is not getting media.
I know a lot of people that are gay that are really nice people.
I have a lot of gay friends.
My brother.
What was the other article? That woman, Eugene, what was her name?
Oh, Jean Carroll.
Jean
Carroll. She sued Trump for rape. And the judge believed the prosecution. So he's appealing it. And I don't know, he said some things like, she's a liar. It's not true. What she said, she is defaming me. And so the judge said that and I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But you know how Mr. Trump is. Okay. So he said some shit probably, and she didn't like it. The Democrats didn't like it. So they took it back to the Democrat judge, and the Democrat judge that, hey, Trump can't say that. Those were defamatory statements against her. So now he's in trouble against that.
It's so funny. Going back through time, how many politicians were accused of rape?
Mm-hmm.
Adams, Jefferson, Buchanan. We have nowadays Jim Jordan, Matt Gaetz. Most of the ones nowadays seem to be Republican. Imagine that.
Yeah.
There was the one from North Carolina. There was a couple other ones. Really, the only Democrat I could think of is Reed. I think he was maybe Reed. Was Reed a Democrat? And there was,
I actually believe the women.
You know, it's not fair.
But yet the rest were all Republicans. From Trump on, there was like 2 I could think of. Isn't that kind of strange?
Yes.
Yet it goes back to the Federalists. I mean, if you look it up, there's like hundreds of them. Hundreds. They all raped someone. All of our leaders, prominent, some of them prominent. I think Cleveland was accused. like really? I don't think Lincoln was, but you never know.
I believe them all.
Washington, huh?
I believe them all.
You believe the women or the men?
The women.
Oh, because we have to, right? Don't we have to believe women?
Yeah.
No, no.
Oh, come on. There was a
Thank
Bonanza
you.
episode that Ben says women are closer to God because they give birth.
Could be.
Not closer to God, closer in that way, I suppose, in the creation of
To being a God.
woman. Woman, they used the correct,
Elvis.
right? I love it. I don't know, John bought beers, but he's flying tomorrow. He's going on
When did John learn to fly?
Oh, but I'll tell you, he gained muscle in those arms. They're nice and firm.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got the flappity flaps going. He's ready.
What was the other article? Yeah, right. What was the other? There was one more you wanted to bring up. Joe was supposed to host today, but he seems too busy to join us.
I'm here. What are you talking about?
The judge in Georgia is not playing games.
Oh, I forgot about.
He's not playing political games. And that's awesome.
Yeah, I know. Finally, something in our favor.
No, we're not going to split all these court cases up. But see, here's the thing. You're trying 19 people at once.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Because it's going to be, well, we want to file a motion on this, continuance because it blah, 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 blah. Wank me. I got better things to do. We're going fishing next week. I mean, can you imagine at least 19, Carolyn, at least 19 attorneys for these people who were being charged in Georgia, right?
Hmm.
Some of those cases have more than one attorney per person. So it might be 25 or 30. Okay. And they all file motions.
I didn't put that up there for a bed. That's my blankets.
It's going to be so confuctuated for the next year or so, it's not going to fucking happen.
Clusterfuck, for sure.
He did give him a warning. He
Well,
gave him a warning and said that, hey, be careful. What can happen to me can happen to you.
Patch, when you think of the number 19, what comes to mind?
$19
19.
less than a 20.
Oh, it's my brother's birthday.
No, I'm talking about with the awakening, with the I'll be more
Nothing.
I'll be more exact. The presidents.
Hmm.
The 19th president?
Right. Isn't that right?
I don't know who the hell was he.
No, Patch. If we go back to the original Constitution, they erased the presidents.
Right.
Trump is going to be the 19th.
Michelle Obama is on TV right now.
Oh, yeah. In the Constitution, Trump would be the 19th. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The Trump night, because Brian keeps
I'm
bringing
tired
up
as hell. So
19.
yeah, it took me a second.
Does that count the 3 that was presidents before we started counting?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't even know
I don't
there were
know.
8 presidents before George Washington. There were 8 presidents before George Washington because they were all generals, just like George Washington was. Now that seems smart to me, that somebody that goes into the military should be president, but then it also
No.
gives them a shitload of control. So you got to be weary at the same time.
Not necessarily.
It's a 50-50 shot, I think. I mean, But there literally was 7 or 8 more generals before Washington, but yet we start with Washington, with the Federalists. Nobody seems to get that reference. The Federalists were about big, not feudalism. Don't confuse the two. Federalists were about big government and control of
We weren't.
money.
We weren't an amalgarism before Washington. That's when it became an entity.
A foreign entity at that.
That doesn't mean we shouldn't know
No,
what
that's
happened
when it
prior to
became
it.
an
Nobody
American
seems to know
entity.
the history before it, though, Jerry, and why?
That's when it
That's my
became
point. Because
American
it
entity.
started with the Federalist. Washington was a Federalist, or at least Adams was. I think Washington did not want to be president. He didn't want to. They forced him into it. So it tells us something right there. And then Adams became, I think he was the first one that started with federalism. And federalism is when they wanted big government, cabal, New World Order, Illuminati,
The Fed.
the feds, whatever you want to fucking call it. It's the same piece of shit. And it
Yeah.
started in our history.
Fuck those guys, man.
Facts. Facts.